What's up, my favorite Homo sapiens that follow this crazy channel? Uh, Crazy things are happening. That's why I get out here, create crazy content for you. Actually, that's not even partially the truth. Oh my God, it's like crazy things follow me, and I'm going to tell you about a couple things. There's some crazy things and some good things, and I always try to show you some. So just to let you know, this fella right here, I don't give a damn what that feller down there at Arizona calls it, but that's Smokey the Bear. I don't give a damn what you call him. You don't call him the bear. You don't call him the teddy bear. It's Smokey the Bear. All right, you feel me? So as I drove by the Munson Forestry Service area, they said the fire danger level was moderate. So I do appreciate that, and I wanted to share that with y'all. Ain't no bear. It's Smokey the Bear. But what next thing we gonna call him Vapey the Bear? No, hell no. Smokey the Bear. He's Smokey the Bear. And the conversation. It's all over with. Ain't no more conversation about that. But oh my lord. Oh, I literally, I kid you not. See, I got my little Flavor Flav outdoors thing going on. That's right. I'm a believer. But man, it got really crazy around here at the campground. Hopefully, I can remember to go back to what I wanted to initially talk about. But um, man, it's like all of a sudden I'm at Carrick Lake North in Okaloosa County, Florida, and out of nowhere, the thunder boomers showed up and severe storm warnings, and I literally had to just grab all. I had so many plans for today, and like and it was like, okay, this is canceled real quickly. So I just threw everything into the van, and man, I was really pissed because I was uh, why I am pissed because this I love this camping chair I bought at Henley's Warehouse in Pace, Florida for $15. I was actually starting to zone out. I was like really tired and starting to fall asleep, feeling good, and man, all of a sudden like like it felt like lightning bolts were over my head, and I realized, all right, G Money, you got to make a decision. So I made a decision, and that decision was to throw as much crap in my van as quickly as possible. Plus, I had already had the incentive to purge the van, but apparently that ain't happening today. But man, my friends, I got to tell you, it's like this is one of the nicest campgrounds I've ever been to because there's so much peace and tranquility when the storms aren't coming in. I know I absolutely gave people zero notice because I wasn't sure if there was going to be a second or a third wave of storms coming in. But man, I tell you, I love this place. I actually just did a short video about the camp hosts that are so much underappreciated at whether it be state parks or uh, state forestry parks and stuff like that. These people out here do an amazing job. But one thing I do want to tell you is this was so cute. This was so funny. Not funny, but it was so. It, these type of things I like to do really lift me up, and it just let me cut this down just a little bit. Oh, it went a little bit too far. But anyway, so I got here today around 10:30, 11 a.m. Central Time, and I just love this place. I can sit over by the like. Once again, I'm at Carrick Lake North in Okaloosa County, and I can sit over there and just just be tranquil. But normally, like I sit closer to the little dock pier, whatever. It's like a T-shaped pier, and but there's no shade over there. So today I did something I had never done before. I kind of moved over to the forest side of the facility. And hello everybody who's joined in. And let me see. Hey Melinda, what's up, my friend? So yeah, anyway, so yeah, my old man vision is not too good, especially when I'm looking at this little 4 or 5 inch Android. But so I parked over on the other side and I'm just chilling. I'm like literally just chilling. And well, I can't even say chilling because my air conditioner doesn't work. But that was one of the things on my objective list today was I bought one of these AC charge things and I was going to do that, but then it started to get what do I want to say hot, steamy, and stuff like that. So I reconfigured and I was under like a shade tree. There's like day use areas over there. There's like 2 picnic tables, a little bit shady. So I decided, you know what? Let me just go over there and chill, try and chill, and let me see what I can do. Just wait. I have to wait. I already did the loop. I'm at a big horseshoe. I'm at Site 9 at Carrick Lake North. I know most people say that's probably not a safe thing to say on a live video, but here I am. If you want to come find me, here I am. But and when I came through it was so funny because my two favorite spots at this campground are Site 8 and Site 9. I decided Site 9 because it was closer to the dumpster, and I had some goals and objectives for today. But anyway, man, I did the loop and I realized Site 8 was totally empty and vacated, and the people here who had been at Site 9, God bless their heart. I mean, they look like they're having a blast. They had a complete mobile compound, big, like, whatever you want to call it, a tent, I believe, a big, like, tent, condo back there. And then they had a boat and everything with trailer. And I was like, good golly, Miss Molly. So I knew they weren't leaving anytime soon. So I was just trying to relax over there. But I'm going to tell you something really cool that happened that makes me happy to be an American, and hopefully, not hopefully, but I know I'm a good American. I try and uplift people when I can go places at certain times. I know I'm stuttering because this was like zero rehearsal whatsoever. I just boom, I just re-up the StreamYard, and I'm not taking the fees, but there's a reason why I re-up to StreamYard. But so where I'm over there by the little boat ramp, the little dock they have. I know you're saying speed up, G Money, speed up. I know. I got 6 hours to talk like this. So I'm on StreamYard, so just chill out. Don't bitch at me, especially you, Jason. So anyway, so I'm just chilling and watching, and there was like a lady figure and a male older figure, and then there was a daughter and a son. But the two males were off on one little side of the dock area. They were fishing, but they were kind of like all going back and forth. But basically, you could see the two males were bonding together, and the two females, like an older lady and the young lady. So I started to look through my pile of chaos in the van. I could not find the new hat hooks. So I proceeded to find my hats, and I pulled two semi-used hat hooks off. And I went over there and I approached. I said, "Hey, any chance I could give you an offering?" and I stayed a good distance from the male. I didn't want to make it look like I was, some weirdo, which we all know I am. But I'd said it politely from the distance. I said, I have these two gold hat hooks I'd like to offer the young people if you're okay with that. And the guy turned around and he started talking to it. It was either his son or his grandson. I'm not really sure what it was. He started talking to him, and you know, so I was like, "You sure you're okay?" He's like, "Yeah, no problem." So I had this. I said, "I want to give it to him, but I want to apply it on his hat without like poking his eye out or anything like that." So I said, is it okay for him to offer me his hat? So I show him, and I tell him to hear fishy fishy story, and so it was kind of cute, and he was a little redheaded kid, glad he had hat protection, and then I ended up, and I could see the motherly type figure, whether it was grandmother or whatever. I could see her just beaming with a big smile. She had dimples, and so so I could see the I could see the younger late young lady, the other female daughter or what granddaughter or whatever she was, approaching me. She had already removed her. She had more like a, what do you want to call it? Like a floppy hat, like a ghillie hat almost. And then it had those loops around the rim, like you would put like cartridges in if you were hunting or something like that. So she was so excited that she was going to do this because I was telling the here fishy fishy story. So I was going to put it on her little brim, but it's not real firm like a baseball cap. So I said, you know what? Let me put it up here. I did that, and then then I kind of like the mom was so happy. The mom or grandma, whatever she was so happy, and I went about my business. And I'm sorry, some neighbors are getting loud. They're talking about something. Anyway, they're talking about tire pressure over here. I'm sorry, I didn't know this was going to happen. But I do have a story about my neighbor here to my right. Really nice, cool guy. But so anyway, yeah. So I love to go around as many places as I can, gifting these gold hat hooks that I no longer have on my hats. But somewhere in this pile of mess, I do have some more. I have reordered more, and I'm going to tell you what I've done on my reorders with some gold hat hooks. Um, Freezer Bound Outdoors has a upcoming outdoor event. You call it like a what do you call it? Get together. Oh my God, I don't know why I can't remember this. But anyway, so he's got 20 hat hooks coming to him. For whatever reason, I don't know why I sent him 20, and I think that event's in June. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, my friends Mike and Terry at MT Homestead, I have sent them 25 gold hat hooks via Amazon as well. They're coming from two different parties, like two different distributors. So my friends Mike and Terry, they're going to get theirs a little bit later, and I'm real happy to participate in those meetups. That's the word I've been trying to look for. Uh, so anyway, so I'm also working on the honey. Believe it or not, I just kind of need to work on the labeling process. Wanted to do that yesterday, then I wanted to do it today. Then the storms hit, and I couldn't get into the campground soon enough. So, make a long story short, yes, good things are coming. Hopefully, I have good intentions, but my neighbor over here is such a cool dude. Uh, he actually, I approached him because I could not find my twine or anything like this to display this like Flavor Flav would do in a live video. But I am a believer in Bigfoot and Sasquatch. But I know I'm all over the board, and I don't care because I'm out here. It was crazy. These storms kicked up, and they were so violent. I thought I was definitely. I use this term. Seems like I use it more than I need to, but I thought I was in the checkout lane because man, they were like all of a sudden they were there. I remember checking the weather yesterday for Milton, and I'm about 40 miles from Milton, and it didn't seem too bad in Milton, but I failed to check the weather out here in Baker, Florida. But anyway, so yeah, I've got, I had planned to do some cooking recipes, some videos and stuff like that, and I'm just literally like on high alert right now. I'm glad to have StreamYard back. I will tell you, I am working on some type of monetization celebration. I know I've said it before, but good things are going to be happening. Hopefully, I just need to coordinate with a couple other uh, friends that can partake with me, that can assist me on some of the things I want to do. And I know I'm forgetting something. Uh, Milton, Florida is doing a. I wanted to check this previously. For some reason, this memory just popped into my head. But Milton, Florida is doing a duck drop sometime in the very near future. I want to say it's sometime, it may be the first weekend in May. I'm not really sure. But they do they drop all the little rubber duckies, they have a race, and you can sponsor a duck. And I'm going to tell you my thoughts. What if that is coming up in the very near future? What I want to do is this is preliminary thoughts because I really don't know when the date of the event is. But there's 4 members on the board for the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity, and that would be Jason Johnson, Brian Heckle. Jason Johnson's the president. Brian Heckle is the vice president. Then we have Dan Mabey, who is, I believe his title is secretary slash treasurer, might just be secretary. And then you have myself, who is the director of community outreach. So I've been working on some community outreach projects, thoughts. Robert Crow, man, you just like follow me everywhere, dude. Just buzz off, dude. Robert Crow Jr. He's got a YouTube channel. I think he even changed it to Crow Outdoors or something like that. Give him a look, even though he's a friend of mine. Sometimes he can show up at the weirdest places. But yeah, so I love the sounds of nature. I can't get enough of it. But yeah, so I kind of lost. Obviously, I'm looking at crows and squirrels and losing my train of thought. But I'm just so happy to be back on StreamYard at least for 30 days. There's a reason for it because I want to do my monetization celebration on StreamYard, and I've been collecting some cool stuff. This one I realized today, I'm not giving this one up. I'm going to put magnets on the back of it. I'm going to put it on my behind my headrest in my van, and being Bigfoot, we're going to be like bread and butter, peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Anyway, oh, I know I'm forgetting so much, but so I've got all this wood. I'm trying to do this fire pit thing. I want to cook these recipes, but literally that storm ripped through here so quickly that I didn't know what I was going to do. And kind of like I wanted to walk. There's like I think it's like a 4.2 mile trail at this late in the evening. I don't know what I'm going to expect, encounter if I did that hike. But initially, I wanted to be out here early just in case this site was available, and it was not. Um, so now I'm just going to literally just try and go back to decompressing. Oh, let me tell you about the stuff that happened to me last night at the Red Roof Inn in Milton, Florida. This was crazy. Not crazy, but for me it was typical. But for you it might be crazy. But I get in there. I check in real early. I literally like 11 a.m. They said, yeah, we just cleaned the room. It was like room 104. You're all cleaned up. It's all good to go. But the floors were just mopped, so you might have to wait a little bit. I'm like, no problem. I can go up the road to XYZ store. Excuse me. Get a couple, things I need. I'm loving life. I'm all prepared. I come back and then also go across the street to the Circle K, doing all these things. Come back, just chilling. I'm like waiting like an hour just to let the floors dry. Go back in, check in, and I start. Literally, it takes me like 4 or 5 trips with all the junk I have that because like my cooler can be pretty heavy. Then I'm doing other things. So I'm in there for a while, and I'm so excited. Finally, now I'm like literally doing something I never get to do. It's like decompress, relax. So I have a pillow under my buttocks on the chair, pillow on the little desk area. I reconfigured the TV. I'm watching the NFL draft and watching Shedeur Sanders just totally bomb in the draft. So I'm kind of like intrigued to see how this is going to turn out. So anyway, as I'm doing that, I'm just kind of like chilling and having a pretty good night. Pretty good night. Good afternoon, I should say. Then I start getting really tired. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of a nap. Normally, I'm in a room that has king size bed. Didn't realize it, but they gave me 2 queens. It didn't matter to me because at that point in time, I just needed to go to sleep. Boom, G Money in the sack, trying to catch a couple Z's. Then all of a sudden, I hear chirping, chirping, loud chirping. The freaking fire smoke detector thing was chirping like it had a dead battery. I'm like, oh my God. So, mind you, I'm in like my tidy whities. Now I got to get up and I'm like trying to put my pants on and like, so then I trying to deal with that. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so pissed. So, so the lady, so I unscrew the thing, go to the front desk. She puts a new battery. I put it back in and yeah, still chirping, still. I'm like, man, this is like ridiculous. It's so hard for me to get sleep and relaxation, just like today, it was like, crap, like, what more can go wrong? So I go back, I'm like, no, it's still not working. She's trying to change the battery. I'm trying to be compliant. And so I go back, screw it back in. No, it's like, finally, after a while, I was like, I just ripped that thing out. I just deconfigured that thing and just pulled it out. It's like, just we'll deal with this tomorrow. I'm going to sleep. Trying to go back to sleep. Pissed me off. I'm not mad at them, but it's just one of those things that happen in life. It's happened to me. Yes, and I'm still a believer. But yeah, so that's crazy. Like between the smoke alarm, fire detector, or whatever you want to call it, going off, and then today's random storm that could have been in the forecast. I just wasn't watching for this area. But I do love getting out to nature. It felt so good. Literally, I was just like this, and I was starting to fall asleep, and I can't even fall asleep in a chair. I was just like in that semi comatose state, and but I guess my do I have a reason for coming on here? No, it's pretty much just saying hi, let you know I'm back on StreamYard. But we all as individuals can do things to help other people. Like I literally, like I couldn't. It's not that I didn't have. I couldn't find my new gold hat hooks that I individually packaged. They're somewhere in the van, and I probably have 5 more left. But so I pulled them off. Two, they were relatively new. The 2 hats I pulled off, offered them to another individual. So I like doing those type of things. Tell them a little crazy story about here, fishy, fishy. This is what I forgot to tell you guys. This is so damn funny. The I was just literally I initially I was faced away from the boat dock under the shade, and then I reconfigured, and then I was facing the boat dock here at this campground. Anyway, hold on. I'm not sure who's saying what here. I'm sorry, Melinda. There's something obstructing the. Oh, 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 wait. Anyway, I'm not sure what Melinda's saying. I appreciate her, and Chris from Shade Tree America said something. But anyway, so let me finish, and then I'll try and go look at the comments. So sorry, but but this was the cutest thing. So I'm just literally just waiting for the people to check out at site number 9, and I'm just chilling like a villain over there, just minding my own business, trying to charge my phone, and that's really hard. Slow charge in the van, and I just needed to get it like the 100%. So the freaking funniest thing happened. So I happened to look over, and it looked like the young girl was holding. After I had gifted them the lucky fishing gold hat hooks, she was had a little fish. I hear her saying like "daddy" or "granddaddy" or whatever she was saying. I, Can we keep this one? It was like a little tiny fish, right? It made me laugh, made me feel so good. So then, they get talking about it. They eventually threw it back in, and then the the young redheaded boy, he apparently caught 2 fish after I gifted him the gold hat hook. Hopefully, you guys can still see me. Yeah. So, anyways, so this young child caught 2 little panfish after I gifted him the gold hat hook, and that made me feel really good. The reason I know that because as the the father or the grandfather, whatever he was, he had like some type of truck and he was pulling a boat. So the little girl, I guess, got tired of fishing or wanted to go back to the campsite, and so she got in the vehicle. And then as they were pulling away, she was all waving to me and everything, pretty much like thanking me, right? So that was kind of like hit my heart, made me feel good. Like like we'll never see each other again, obviously, but it just made me feel good that like another human being appreciated a kind gesture. So then, it's so funny. Later, the other female figure, the mother or grandmother, whatever she was, I feel like it was the mother, but excuse me, I got this all jacked up. I got it all backwards. No, maybe I don't. I think at that point, I'm so sorry. I'm like so happy that the weather finally cleared. So actually, the mother was still behind, and the boy was still behind. And then I think that's my recollection. But so I see them looking over, and they're waving to me, like waving to me. And I'm like, "Hi, how'd you do? Did you do okay? Did you catch any fish?" And the motherly figure was saying, "Yeah, like yes, we caught 2." I was like, "Great! Did you catch them before or after you know were giving us?" And the little boy started talking. And he says, "No, I did the fishy fishy thing that you told me." and I caught 2 fish. I was chuckling inside because y'all know that's just like a thing I do. But the kid was so excited, and I think the daughter caught 1 fish, the other son caught 2 fish, and it was just cool. It was just really cool. But seems like the weather has broken. I don't think I have any fears of any tornadic activity, but it was touch and go there for a little while. But I'm glad to be on StreamYard, talking to you guys. I haven't done a live in a long time. I wanted to do a live with notice, but since everything turned awkward rapidly, I just here to let you know that I'm here. And I'm working very hard to participate with the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity uh, to raise funds for Reach Across America and Mission 22. So I'm so glad that the weather has changed this evening so I could actually enjoy a little time, talk to my friends. And I know most of you people won't see this until later. I know I've rambled at points and times in this discussion, but I just love YouTube. Matter of fact, one other thing I wanted to tell you guys was guys and gals. I'm sorry if I always say guys. That's like a standard thing for us dumbasses. But I'm only like going into this morning. I was only like 700 views away from 500,000 views lifetime on this channel. That's crazy. That is crazy. And the other thing I want to share is I think I mentioned, I wanted to mention, I don't remember if I mentioned it again, but the third, let me see, the third, fourth, and fifth, I'm going to be off. And on the weekend, 3-day weekend. So that is on the 4th of May, I will be starting my 4th year of YouTube. I've not done it very successfully, but I have qualified for monetization. I'm excited about that. I need to get off my backside and try and finish what they require. I know there's some hiccups in what they require, so I've kind of like delayed that. It's just trying to verify I'm who I say I am, but since I no longer live where I used to live, that's on my driver's license, and um, I have a PO box now. I don't know. I just got. But anyway, I love YouTube. I love you guys. Hope you guys can support JJ Drones, Cheesehead Media, Droning Veteran, all the other good YouTube channels out there. Those are the four, including myself, the one nobody likes to mention the name. Uh, but 4 of us are on the board to help veterans. So it's all about the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity. And I will tell you this. I'm going to change topic. I probably shouldn't change topic midstream like this, especially after mentioning the charity. But some people don't like the name of my YouTube channel. I'm a-okay with that. But if my name was the YouTube channel was named Bob, Fred, or Hitler, and none of my content pertains to that, what's your beef? What's your beef? I understand, so many people are politically uh, connected. Like, dude, just just watch my poor ass videos, and you're gonna realize there is nothing related to what you're trying to insinuate. I do appreciate the people that do watch and understand. I'm just a dude out of here just trying to make videos, enjoying life, and that's all I do. I appreciate you guys very much. I truly, uh, truly do believe and remember, even you, Robert Crow, Smokey the Bear is a real character. We don't change his name midstream. Peace out, folks. Talk to you later.